Hello friend, it's Tonton, and in today's guide we're gonna talk about Treasure Hunter. I already have a lot of information on my Discord and I have a proper, more like detailed guide that I will link in the description. So today I will kind of go to the TLDR of it, like the summary of it, so you kind of know what to do. If you're a new viewer, if you are new to the Discord, you might not have seen this because we don't have Treasure Hunter. Often we usually have it 2, 3, 4 times a year, so every couple of months at best, if not every 3, 4 months. So it's not a very common event, but at the same time it's quite good. So the way it works, so you have a choice of rewards, so you can get lucky hero chief gear, you can get these are that's hero gear, sorry. That's chief gear, that charm, that speed up, and that pets, right? So most people are struggling with the mythic gear. So the mythic gear is, just to be clear, if you are more of a kind of a new player, it's this one, right? That's the red one when it's upgraded, but that's the golden one, the orange one. That's the mythic gear. And because to upgrade your essence stones level and your mithril level, you need to burn some, you need to use some of your mythic gear. Spenders and well, they need 100 and 100 and 100 of these. And that's very hard to get. So that event is one of the best for getting these, so most players will go for that. In my opinion, there are very little reason to go for anything else. To be honest, these are by far the best for that kind of event, particularly if you spend. So you select that. The way it works, you get some pickaxe every day, so you can buy them with real money, and we talk about that in a sec, or you can get some every day. It's a 3-day event that's restocking every day, so these are daily missions. So you get 10 if you buy a pack, so that's only for spenders, and you get 5, 5, and 6. So overall, 5, 5, and 6, that's very simple, that's 16, so that's 48 that you can get for free at the free-to-play per event. So that's 1 Polar Terror you need to do, 5 Alliance contribution, that's easy, and train troops, for me, they'll finish in a few hours. So you get 48 for free at the free-to-play, that's what you can get, and we will see what it is giving you in a sec. Spenders, you can get 78 if you spend somewhere else every day, up to 78, from 48 to 78. For free, basically, but some is because you bought packs. So if you buy, like we have Frosty Fortune at the same time, if I buy the $1 pack on Frosty Fortune, which I did to trigger that, then I get that. So I double down and I get some extra. So that's 48 for free to play, 78 if you spend every day for 3 days. Then you get the packs. The thing to know about the packs, so I bought a few to play together today to show you a bit how it works. But you see, you don't have less pickaxe per money spent. So many of these packs, you get less value on such items for the money you spend. So like the Silver Shell event, Frosty Fortune, you get a lot less of this currency that you buy the more money you spend. Here it does not change basically. So it's just better. I will manage to scroll up. It's just better when it comes to VIP point and gems. So you can see like the gems are doubling. So the gem, you are actually not losing anything on the gem. So the gem is the same, the pickaxe is the same, the resources are the same. The only thing that you get a bit better with the cheaper packs, and if you buy more cheaper packs than a few big ones, is the VIP points. So you see for 6 euro, I get 2,500. And here for 12 euro, I got 4,000. So I'm losing 1,000. If I would buy 2 of these, I'll get 5,000 points. I'll get the same amount of pickaxe, the same amount of everything else. So the only difference in the percentage here is the VIP points. So if you care about VIP points, buy a lot of cheap packs and they reset every day, and you can buy them 3 times a day, right? Except the big one, you can buy 5 times a day. So that could be a crazy... if you buy all of it for a few days, it's like it's close to 2,000, euros spent on the events. So that could be quite insane. So buy the smaller packs. Then let's play a bit, and then I will explain the rest, right? So you choose your rewards. You can start to play. Here you get milestone rewards, maybe just before we go. And I will kind of cover what you can do as free-to-play, or how much you can spend as a spender to go to these. So they are up to hundreds. I've made the calculation up to 60 because that's what most people will do. But if you're a big spender, you will get clearly an idea about how much it costs to get there from today's video. The way it works, if you look here, each reward has the weight. So I'm not going into the detail of the math, else it's going to make the video a bit longer. But you see that the ultimate treasure has 2 in terms of weight, and all of these have 10. So you have 5 times more lucky to get one of these, and you get these. The only thing is that you will remove these, and floor 14th, you are guaranteed on the common chambers to get that. And then on the Supreme Chamber, it's the same, just that you have more tiles to click. So every 5 level, you get these, what they call these bigger, like these Supreme Chambers. It's just like more tiles to click, that's the same weight. You get bigger rewards, and that you get guaranteed the reward you want after 22, which means in average, the way it works, people did calculation on that. In average, you will complete a level with 14.3 pickaxe. So you see, I got 160, so that's more or less 11 level. And I want to do, for me, I would want to go to 20. So, you know, that's one that is nice. I don't really need to go to 25. That's quite a bit more money for that. And I'll get plenty of these today. But I'm happy to get, these extra. And what I really care about is I'm really missing the mythic gear myself, so I'm missing that. So the way it plays, it does not matter where you click. Each time, people will tell you, see, I got very lucky. I got it in 16 and was guaranteed in 14. So that's got very lucky. So you will get very lucky, and often you will go to 14. Most levels you will go to 14 on these, and often, sometimes, you will get to less. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you see at the bottom, right? 13, 14, guaranteed. Bam, that's why your average is 14.3. It's because on the bigger level, it's gonna take you most of the time to 22. Here, it's gonna take you most of the time to 14, and sometimes you will get it faster. So you can click anywhere. It does not matter where you click. It's a weight system. It's not a percentage bet this time. So, and the more you click, the less there are other items with weight, so the more likely you are to get this one as well. So I did not actually post it, but there is people that calculated your odds on every click, right? That's already figured out. So you can find that out either on WOS Nerd or either on the official Discord. So that's for 4. Let's do it very quickly. So you click anywhere. You can auto as well. That's why the auto feature is perfectly fine. If you use a lot, that's perfectly fine. So see, that was floor 4. So now we unlock the Supreme floor, right? So I have to choose my reward again. So we won't change anything. We still go for this chest. And you have a bigger floor. So here I will get it after 22. So maybe it's harder to get lucky here because there are more other items which have more weight. So you are less likely to get what you want. But if you get it very quick, you save a lot of pickaxe. So if you are lucky here, for me, I got it after like 17 or something like that. So, I saved a few pickaxe, so that's 72. So you see, we did already 5 levels. We got that, and we are already at 200 chests. So the way it works for the chest is something I need to mention. These are the maximum you can get right now. The lower, the newer you are to the game, the least chests you will get. So these items are scaling up. These events are scaling up in terms of rewards with as you go. But for us, it's at that level for quite a while. So I don't know if it's Gen 5 or 6 or maybe 7, but these are the max you can get so far in the game. So you might have half of it, you might have 2/3 of it, depending on your generation. If you are Gen 2 or 3, you will get very little compared to me. If you are Gen 5, 6, you might get as much or very close to. So that's why spending in this game make more sense later. So if I spend the $105 it costs to go to floor 20 today, in Gen 8, it's gonna give me twice more reward than if I spend that $105 in Gen 2 or 3 or something like that. Even up to 3 times. Sometimes you get 3 times more rewards. Some people might have 12 here. And that's just the way the game works. You judge it the way you want. That's just the way Whiteout Survival works. Most packs are scaling up over time and you get a lot more value. So now that we've played a bit together, let's look at the Discord, right? So if you want to join my Discord, you will get a good recap of everything here. You have, so what I was saying, you get 48 per day. No, you get 16 per day, so you get 48 total. 78 are the free-to-play, not free-to-play spender. If you buy daily, you can buy daily, all the packs that we covered basically. So that's kind of general information. That's a summary. On the general floor, you get 0.8 chance on the first click, and then because the weight is changing, you get more and more and more. So that's all explained, and you can find like better math. Not better math, but like the detail of all of that, this calculation Let me know if you cannot find it. I'm sure I can find the source pretty quickly. What I wanted to show you and what is more interesting, so that the calculation I've made from for like level of spending. So if you want to go, if we start from the bottom here, if you want to go to achieve floor 20, so floor 20 is ready to get up to these rewards. So you will get, 10, 15, 20 plus the one we got. So, you can have an aim to stop somewhere that makes sense for you based on your budget. And so that's kind of where your budget is. Because again, you get a fixed amount daily for free and you get the same amount per packs always. So you kind of know whatever you want to achieve, you kind of know the budget. And if you're a bit more, if you're not on the lucky side, if you are very unlucky, you might need to top up an extra $10 or $20 pack, so that's something to consider. That's an average using the 14.3 pickaxe. So if you want to go to level 20, that's 14.3 pickaxe times 20, that's 286. So that's roughly 105 euros. So you spend them the way you want, dollars, sorry. So you can buy 100 and be lazy and buy 1.5 and see if it works for you. And, topping up an extra 10 or 20 if you're unlucky, or you can buy 100 and maybe you're lucky and you don't need to buy the $5, right? You might not need to buy it like all up front. You can adjust based on your luck, but that's kind of what you should expect to spend if you want to go to floor 20. To floor 30, it's 175. So that's another, 70 euro. And what did you got for an extra 10 floors? Because here it's a bit cheaper because you get some pickaxe for free, right? Here, every level you add, you have to pay for the pickaxe. So that's why you get more for your money if you only go to floor 20, because you get 78 free pickaxe out of the 286 you need. You can as well accumulate pickaxe between events, by the way. So that could be one of the strategies: accumulate pickaxe between events. If you want to reach, and we'll talk about free-to-play in a sec. But that's kind of the level of spending. So if you want to go to floor 30, you will need 175 euro, which is, 400. You need to buy, I mentioned how much you need to buy in terms of pickaxe, because then you get some for free. To get to floor 40, it's, roughly $250. It's a bit more in euro, of course, because that's, I said the dollars euro, but that's actually a bit more. You need to buy 500 of them, because you get 78, so it depends a bit on your luck. And if you go to floor 60, but you can see like more or less from here, you can see that 20. If you go from floor 20 to floor 40, it's 150 euro, right? Dollars. So from floor 40 to floor 60, it's 150. So if you want to go to 80, it's 550. If you go to floor 100 and to unlock all the milestone reward, where you will get the most of the value, because then after, if you go beyond that, you're still gonna get the chest for completing the level, but you're not gonna get the milestone value. So overall, the value of your money spent is going down. If you really need this chest so badly, that's the best event we know. We'll show that in a sec as well, but that's really, really good event. Yeah, so that's what you need to expect. And 20 level is roughly $150. Again, packs, they have the same amount of pickaxe, just the only difference is VIP points. Something that someone did, so it's not that easy to understand, but I'll leave it. It's on my Discord. That's gonna be okay like that. So they calculated what you get per dollar. So top left you get per dollar. So I did not do it. That credit goes to from TK235. So that's someone on the official Discord. So before pets, when you have pet and you are FC3, so when you are FC5 but before War Academy, when you are FC5 and you are at War Academy, FC8, Gen 6, Gen 7, and the reference is Gen 10, right? So that's the amount you get per dollar in terms of hero gear chest on some of the packs, right? So here, hero gear chest on weekly, so that's for $1. For the hero gear chest, you on the weekly card, sorry, that's how much you get, right? So you see before pets, you get 2.16 and now you get 8.4. So that's nearly 4 times more, right? That's crazy. Gen 10 compared to that's probably Gen 2, right? So that's crazy. Then the chief gear chest, in Gen 10 you get 9.09, and in Gen 4 before bets you you get 1, so that 9 times more. So that's a bit insane, right? So that's why buying a lot of these early do not make a lot of sense. So you have the comparison for speed ups, you have the comparison for all you want, basically. And then it compares as well. So you see it's a lot better later, so these, I would not stress too much to buy some of these, chief gear. and shift charm are super expensive at the beginning. I've seen it when I did the project to restart on 3054, like the value is very, very low. So, you know, when I restart, I will be spending very, very little on these. And I'll buy Geronimo, I'll buy widgets, I'll buy things that I'll keep forever, one widget on Mia and things like that. I'll spend my money here, so I'm gonna be weaker for a while. And then when these are ramping up in value, so you can clearly see when you're Fire Crystal 5, I mean, yeah, that's insane jump. But some of them are going, you get so much more later. And it compares a bit to, as well, to Silver Shell, Cassia House, the amount of, you know, the amount you get. So it's not super easy to understand, but it's available here. You have more explanation that on the official Discord. So if you click on the official Discord and you look for Treasure Hunter, you will be able to find it with more explanation. I just kind of put the TLDR, but that's what you can find in my Discord. You can find the proper, like, longer guide. You can find me playing as well, and we will wrap up the video by playing a bit more today because we have, you know, a few more pickaxes to burn. But that's really it for Treasure Hunter. For free to play, you know, it's simple to calculate, right? You will get 48 and you get 14.3 per level in average. So if you divide, it's somewhere on my Discord, but I'll just calculate it quickly. So it's 3.35 levels. So if you are free to play, you can basically get that if you are not accumulating your pickaxe for every time, and then you get 3.3 levels in average. So, you know, if you're unlucky, you might not even finish 2. I think that's gonna be okay. You're gonna, because that's with the failsafe, because that 14.3 is with the bigger level, right? For you as a free to play, as long as you don't go to floor 5, it's gonna be less than 14 because 14 is the failsafe system. So you will be sure to complete three stage. So yeah, you have a few options. Either you keep your pickaxe, you save them for next time, and you go to floor 5, and you get a bit more rewards. Or you play every time and you do your 3 floors, and that's okay. Or you are Gen 2 and the rewards are very bad and you accumulate them for Gen 5 and you don't do pickaxe often. You know, these events, again, we might not have seen it for 6 months or something like that, so it's very rare. So the next time it happens, you will probably get more rewards. One other strategy will be to clear 2 floors to get that and to slowly accumulate to be able to get to floor 5. All of that is okay. It's not gonna make a big difference anyway, but you know you will be able to clear 3 floors for sure. And then, 4 if you are really lucky. 5, very, very unlikely if you play every event. You know, you will need to be like the king of luck to be able to do that. And because it's a weight system, again, it does not matter where you click. I know it's not intuitive sometimes, but, you know, the game gives us the odds and the weight. They give us the rules, and people are doing simulation on all of that, and they understand the math behind it. And that's, you know, for some of these games, it's fairly common practice, right? So people that play, you know, this game with similar mechanics, they are used to that as well. So we were supposed to go to 11, more or less. So we see, you know, I think we've been a bit lucky. I think we got some a bit sooner. So we'll see if we actually got. But that's 14. We got it on the spot every time. So that's really working perfectly. There is no issue with that. Now it's floor 10. So that's a bigger floor. You can see it's a different skin. And because, you know, the packs are better for VIP point, I'm not going to buy all I want today. I'm going to buy over the next couple of days and play offline. I'm going away for the weekend, so don't expect me. I've recorded videos, so you will have one Saturday, one Sunday, and I will be back on Monday or Tuesday. So you might not have a video Monday if I'm back on Tuesday. But that's floor 11, so we'll definitely get here. And we get a good chunk of floor 12, so maybe we can actually finish it if we are lucky, but that's probably not the case. So we'll see, because we are guaranteed at 14 and we got only 11. So let's see if we're lucky. We're not, so I'm gonna finish that another day, but that's where we are. You know, that's I did 11 floors. You already got a very good amount of chests. That's 500. I looked a bit more in the odds of that, and the average seems to be more than 1.5 pieces per 100 chests you open. I used to say 1 because that's the previous value I found, but looking at a lot of data on the WOS nerfs, like it's closer to 1.5 actually. So 1.5 out of, you know, more or less 5, it's gonna be I should have 6 or 7. It does not matter again if you open them one by one. Like, people are collecting data on that, they are getting crazy, but for me, like, these are percentage based. It makes no sense to to do any other way. You do whatever you want. You know, whatever you believe in is gonna be okay anyway. It does not change. So it's 6. So it's not, you know, I got very lucky recently on these. It's not, you know, it's not great. It's not terrible. But that's how bad, you know, they're hard to, yeah, it's really hard to get these, and I need to use a lot of mithril. So, you know, I get like 9, 11, 13, 16, 18, 19, 22, 28, and that's 5. So that's 33. They're gonna melt like crazy when I start to upgrade with essence stones, and when I start to upgrade with, I'll show you quickly, but if I wanted to go from, so that's red gear level 18, right? If I wanted to go to level 80 with mithril, so that's 40 mithril, and that's 10 of them. And if I wanted to go to level 19, in terms of essence stone, that's 9 of them. So I got 33, just to upgrade a bit this piece. If I wanted to put it to level 20 here, plus I wanted to put it to level 80, that's gonna cost me my 33 pieces just to do that. And you need to do that on many more pieces, on many more heroes, many more spaces. So that's why whales are going crazy on that event. And you know, when you start to get a lot of chests, that's really good for you, and that's really help you, because that's where one of the big struggle for whales is getting these chests, and that's one of the best events. So you will see packs flying, you will see people going crazy. You know, there used to be some YouTubers like Miyagi that made video on this, and they had thousands and thousands of chests on such events. You know, people that will really go really strong, they will finish with thousands and thousands of chests. And you know, if you think about how much you get usually, and that's a very, very big amount. So for spenders, it's crazy. It's just not that good for early generations. So, but as soon as you start to get 24 per floor or something, it starts to be really good and to be really worth it. So consider, you know, spending wisely. Don't go crazy if you don't have to. But you know, with the data I showed you from my Discord, you know that 20 floor is $150, so you kind of guess, and you can simply, you know, 20 floor is 8 times that, the amount of chests you get, plus 2 times the amount of chests you get during the you know, floor 5 and 10, for example, which is twice that. So that's that 12 times that is what you get on 10 floors basically. So 20 floors is 24 times that amount. So you can get an idea of chest. That's a very easy way to understand and estimate how many chests you will get if that's what you need. But that's it for me. That's all for today. Again, I'm away for the weekend, so there are a few videos, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, everyone. Consider joining the Discord, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.